Okay, well, we're to 1950.
Yay!
And our next song we're going to do was a song that was done by Bill Haley and the Comet. Bill Haley and the Comet.
Yep.
So it's called Rock
Around the Clock.
One, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on and join me high. We've got some fun when the clock strikes one. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock. Broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. The clock strikes 2, 3, and 4. If the band slows down, we'll yell for more. Rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the comes 5, 6, and 7, we'll be right in 7 and we're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till broad daylight. Gonna rock around the clock tonight. When it's 8, 9, 10, and 11 too, I'll be going strong and so will you. Gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till broad daylight. Gonna rock around the clock tonight. One more. When the clock strikes 12, we'll cool off, then start rocking around the clock again. Gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till broad daylight. Gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Does anybody know the movie? That was the song from the opening credits for it?
Happy Days.
Well, that was a few years later. The Blackboard Jungle.
Oh yeah, Blackboard Jungle.
That song came out in '53, and it didn't really do very well. And then it became the song that they played during the opening credits of Blackboard Jungle, which was a movie with, let's see, who was in that movie? I think Sidney Poitier was in that movie, and a few other people. What's
I
his
thought
name?
Marilyn Monroe was in it.
Say what?
I thought Marilyn Monroe was in the Blackboard Jungle.
Not that I was aware of, but then again, I'm trying to think of the name of the guy who actually, he was a teacher. It was an inner city movie about the inner city of New York. And in any event, when that became the song from that movie, then it became a #1. Well, in the meantime, the guy that played the guitar solo on that guy, he died before that song became a hit. So he recorded it, and then he fell down a flight of stairs and broke his neck. And not that I'm trying to bring anybody down here, but perhaps the first real rock and roll tragedy. I mean, rock and roll's been full of tragedy ever since, and that might have been the first one, since that's, to a lot of people's way of thinking, perhaps the first real big-time rock and roll song that became a #1. There were other ones that preceded it, but that's when it really landed at the top of the charts. But rock and roll wasn't all there was.
And we talked a little bit about crossover songs. And this next song we're going to do became #1 and stayed there for so many weeks. It was a country song. And Pee Wee King and his group called the Golden West Cowboys were in a limo going to the Grand Ole Opry. And they had the radio on. And they heard that Bill Monroe had written a song called the Kentucky Waltz. Well, they were not about to let that go unnoticed. So they got out their match covers and they all started writing. And they wrote a song at Pee Wee's, with Pee Wee coaching them, called the Tennessee Waltz. And called their people, and the very next day, and then Bill Monroe and the Kentucky Waltz went away never to be. Anyway, this song became so popular, and Patti Page recorded, of course, in the 50s and had a huge hit and it stayed #1. So anyway. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. Much I lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee
And then there was Elvis Presley.
Now, you gotta remember to change guitars too. Is that your, oh, you did change guitars.
Yeah,
When did you do that?
it was my little secret. I got to change back when
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we get to the 60s, but we'll.
Well, you'll see why it's gotta be on this guitar. That's coming out. Yes, Elvis. I mean, Elvis, what can you say? Elvis is very special to me because, well, number one, I have the same, Ruthie, where are you, Ruthie?
Right here.
Ruthie Anderson and Elvis and I all have the same birthday. Well, not the same year. But anyway, yeah, we all have the same birthday. That makes him special. And a roommate I had in Las Vegas back in the old days was dating Elvis's manager, and we got to go not only to his shows, but we got to go afterwards to his suite and talk to him and meet him, and what a wonderful guy. And so that makes Elvis very special to me. But the thing that makes him the most special to me is nobody else wrote a song about Claudia. He wrote Lottie, Miss Claudia. At least he sang Lottie, Miss Claudia. I guess he did not. Anyway, Elvis. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. They said you was high class, but that was just a lie. They said you was high class, but that was just a lie. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit, you ain't no friend of mine.
Can't fool them.
What was it?
Sleepwalk.
You know, all the songs weren't serious. There were lots of fun kind of songs, comedy songs, all through the years, but my all-time favorite comedy song was done by the Playmates in 1958. It's called Beep Beep.
Oh, yes.
You can sing along.
Yeah.
While riding. Oh, wait. We gotta tell them. And for those of you, does everybody know what a Nash Rambler is? Some of you know.
Yes,
You have one? Didn't go very fast. You know?
It went forever.
Oh, that's, see, you never know. Anyway, all right. This is a song about a Cadillac and a Nash Rambler. While riding in my Cadillac, what to my surprise, a little Nash Rambler was following me, about 1/3 my size. The guy must have wanted to pass me by, 'cause he kept on tooting his horn. I'll show him that the Cadillac is not a car to scorn. Beep, 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 his horn went beep, beep, beep. I pushed my foot down to the floor to give the guy the shakes, but the little Nash Rambler stayed right behind and he still had on his brake. The guy must have thought his car had more guts, 'cause he kept on tooting his horn. I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to scorn. Beep, 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 his horn went beep, beep, beep. My car went into passing gear and I took off with thrust. And soon I was doing 90, must have left him in the dust. When I looked in the mirror of my car, I couldn't believe my eyes. The little Nash Rambler was right behind. You'd think that guy could fly. Beep, 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 his horn went beep, beep, beep. And now I was doing 110, it really was a race. For a Rambler to pass a caddy would be a huge disgrace. The guy who wanted to pass me just kept on tooting his horn. I'll show him that a Cadillac is not a car to scorn. Beep, 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 his horn went beep, beep, beep. And now we were going 120 as fast as I could go. The little Nash Rambler pulled up beside me as if we were going slow. The guy rolled down his window and yelled for me to hear, "Hey buddy, how do you get this car out of second gear?" Well, the 1960s also brought some wonderful singing groups. This next song we're going to do is just a really pretty song. It was written by Carole King. Not for her to sing necessarily, it was she and her hubby were songwriters in New York City. And this song was written for the Shirelles, a group called the Shirelles. And they did it in 1961. But Carole King recorded it herself in, I think it was 71 or early 70s, and it stayed on the charts for, I think, 15 weeks. So anyway, it's called Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight the light still love me tomorrow? Tonight was love unspoken. You say that I'm the only one, but will my heart be broken when the night meets the morning sun? I'd like to know that your love is love I can be sure of. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still love me tomorrow? Well, by the 60s, we had graduated to 8-track players.
Yeah.
8-track players?
Still got one
So can you still buy 8-track?
at Goodwill.
And garage sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, the Spanish influence is
Well, the
still around.
bossa novas got popular.
Right.
And
Yes.
Antonio Carlos Jobim, as well as the other Luis Bonfa. Those were the two big composers that wrote a lot of Brazilian bossa nova tunes, and the one we're about to do is probably the most well-known of the bunch. You'll recognize it, I'm sure.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema was walking. When she passes each one, she passes with. When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gentle. When she passes each one, she passes both. Oh, but I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her he loves her? And yes, he would give his heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema was walking. When she passes, I smile, but she doesn't see.
I guess they're running around.